Hello again and welcome to another dungeon walkthrough. I'm SD from the Violent Knight gaming community, and today we're going to be looking at the Scarlet Monastery. Now this is another dungeon that's been updated for the Mists of Pandaria patch. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. Our group setup once again consists of myself tanking and Zorf healing with 3 pug DPS. You might notice that we finished the dungeon with a different DPS than what we started. This is mainly because of one of the pugs' antics, in which they were pulling things before I was, meaning that people were dying. Note to pugs, it's not a good idea. With that gripe over and done with, let's get straight on to the bosses. Now first up is Thanlos the Soul Render. This is a boss with 6 different abilities. The first of which being Raise Fallen Crusader. Now this summons a ad called Fallen Crusader. Not particularly special in itself, but the Fallen Crusader does use Mind Rot. Now this is a shadow damage DOT. It ticks every 2 seconds for 6 seconds. Again, not very special on its own, but if you get more than one Risen Crusader, it starts to get more of a handful. The second of which being Spirit Gale. Now the boss throws a spirit at a location of a target. This forms a Spirit Gale, which inflicts damage to players within 2 yards of that area every second. The third ability being Evict Soul. The boss targets a random player and inflicts shadow damage upon them. Every time it ticks, this over a 6-second period, it will create an evicted soul that attacks the nearest party member to the person that's been afflicted with evict soul. So this is something for the healers to look out for, as there'll be 2 people taking damage within close proximity. Finally, the most important bit here, now this is for the DPS. The ability called Summon Empowering Spirit. Now this creates an empowering spirit that goes from the boss to the now hopefully dead Fallen Crusaders. You need to get these spirits down, otherwise they get to the Fallen Crusaders and they create empowered zombies. Now empowered zombies are a hell of a lot tougher than either the empowering spirit or the Fallen Crusaders. The DPS needs to make sure that these empowered spirits do not make it to the dead bodies. Next up is Brother Call-Off. Now this is a boss with 4 abilities. The first of which being Blazing Fists. Now this inflicts 40% fire damage to all targets in front of him every second for 6 seconds. I'm not sure if he locks position or not. If he does, then everyone get behind him. If he doesn't, then tanks stay in front of him and everyone else get behind him. The second of which being Firestorm Kick. Now he leaps to a random target, performs Firestorm Kick and inflicts fire damage to all party members within 7 yards of this attack. The third ability being Rising Flame. Now when the boss loses 10% of his total health, he gains 10% additional fire damage. Now this stacks for every 10% health he loses. By the end of the fight he should have 9 stacks of Rising Flame on him, which gives him a total of 90% additional fire damage. So as the fight goes on, the more damage he'll do. The fourth ability being Scorched Earth. At 50% health, the boss begins to leave a trail of fire behind him that causes fire damage to anyone that steps in it. In short, don't step in it. The final boss fight is Commander Durand and High Inquisitor Whitemane. Now this is a 2-phase fight. First off, you'll be facing Commander Durand alone. Now he has 2 abilities, the first of which being Flash of Steel. He leaps randomly to targets, causing physical damage. Now this will be more than one target, so this will be something for the healers to look out for. He'll leap from party member to party member, causing damage. His second ability is Dashing Strike. Now he dashes through enemies to a location, causing physical damage to anyone in his path. So once you know the location he's going to dash to, make sure you're well out of the way of it. As soon as you defeat him, High Inquisitor Whitemane will appear. She'll stun everyone, and she'll revive Commander Durand. From this point on, you'll be facing 2 bosses. My suggestion would be to take down the High Inquisitor first, as she contains a heal. The High Inquisitor's abilities are as follows. She has Power Word Shield. Now this places a shield on an ally. She has Holy Smite, which is single target holy damage. She has a heal, in which she can heal her allies. And she also has Mass Resurrection. Now this needs interrupting. This resurrects all fallen mobs within 100 yards and pulls them into the fight. I can't stress the importance of the interrupt on this. This really does need interrupting. There are a lot of mobs within 100 yards of this last boss fight. There's some to the left, there's some to the right, and there's some before you get to the boss fight itself. So you need to make sure that she does not cast this. Once you've burnt down High Inquisitor Whitemane, take down Commander Duroff. Take down Commander Durand. And that's another dungeon walkthrough done. Again, it's nice to see how some of these dungeons are progressing and being changed in Mists of Pandaria. I've been SD of the Violent Knight gaming community. Check us out at www.violentnight.com. Please give this video a like and a subscription if you feel inclined to do so. I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Goodbye.